Hi everyone, this is Matias, and I'm here today to give you a lesson on the 6 best credit cards for beginners, 2020 edition. So I'm going to go over a few honorable mentions, some of my favorite credit cards just straight off the bat. One of my favorite credit cards is the Citi Double Cash for the 2% cash back. It's 1% when you initially purchase something, then you get another 1% when you pay that off. And I'm a big fan of Citi. We can do a lot of manufacturer spending with them. They're really good with just issuing points, not really giving us excuses as to why they won't issue points when we're using manufacturer spending tactics. So I like using the Citi AA Advantage, the no annual fee one, and the Citi, which one is it? The Citi Platinum Plus is another great card. So to get right into it, 6 credit cards for beginners in 2020. So these could be your first credit cards, and these are credit cards that they give you pretty decent limits, they give you room for growth, and if you are making your payments on time, great payment history. So the Capital One Platinum card, and it's a card that I'm constantly telling my credit card clients to apply for once they're over like a 620, 640. And pretty much anyone that asks me, hey, I want to build credit, try applying for the Capital One Platinum. It's a great card. So I took some notes. This is what I have in front of me. There's easy approval with low limits. When I got approved with it, when I think about that time period when I applied for the Capital One Platinum, I think I was in anywhere from 550 to 620. That's where my scores were. And I was able to get approved for it. So I got this card in the 620s. This primarily was for building credit. If you do 6 months of on-time payments, which means you'll have to actively use this card. So I set on my phone a reminder, once a month I would go buy a cup of coffee or some groceries or whatever and just immediately just pay it off. After 6 months of that, you would get a limit increase. And it'll tell you, you're going to get a $500 limit increase, or you're going to get an $800 limit increase, so on and so forth. Card number 2 is the Apple credit card. I actually have it, not with me. I would have showed it to you guys, but the bar is not set high for a credit score. It kind of seemed like they were just approving anyone, and they were even doing it with soft inquiries, which is very unusual. Normally they want a hard inquiry. So I got this card. I probably had about 18 inquiries, and I still was able to get the card. Mind you, those inquiries were 6 months old, so I did have that helping me, that I didn't have any recent inquiries. They will not do a hard pull until the application is accepted. So the way it works is they'll do a soft pull when you initially apply, and they'll tell you, hey, you're approved for a $6,000 limit. Here's your terms, your APR, interest, everything. And then once you accept, then they will do the hard pull. So they do a soft pull for like the pre-approval, then a hard pull once you've submitted to get the card and everything. So there's no fees on this card in any way, shape, or form. There's no late fees. It's supposed to be like the fee-free card. So the only fee that ever pays with interest is if you just accrue debt on that card. So they have a program where you can be on a path to the Apple card. So if you do get denied, they'll say, hey, if you have 4 months or 6 months of on-time payments, then we'll accept you into getting the Apple credit card with another hard inquiry. So they tell you exactly what you need to get approved. And it's a really good thing because it's a great card for building your credit, because it typically is a pretty high limit. I had a lot of people that I know getting approved for $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $12,000, $13,000 limits, and then people getting approved for $1,000, $3,000 limits like that. Another thing people don't know about is it is a MasterCard Elite. If you don't know what that is, and you have a credit card that is a MasterCard Elite, I have my card book here. I don't think I have any currently with me. Yeah, my only MasterCard Elite's in my wallet. Actually, I think the Citi Double Cash is. Let me look. Just put in my wallet today. Anyways, the Citi Double Cash, the Apple credit card, they're MasterCard Elite. So you can get a high status with Avis, a high status with 6 car rental companies. So and then you could like probably status match like a Hertz for a lower tier status. So there's a lot of, and that's one thing I'm going to talk about in the future is status matching. But the Apple credit card has a lot of hidden perks that it's really pretty difficult to find out about. It is a MasterCard Elite, but it doesn't say that anywhere on the card because it's an Apple branded card. So when you can open up a MasterCard Elite account, and you can get on the, I would suggest get on the phone with someone, and that'll really help you set up your account with MasterCard Elite, and you can ask them to help you status match to all of their partners. So Avis, you can get really good car rental deals. Sixt, you can get really good car rental deals. Another credit card is the Pedal credit card. This is a newer credit card. It uses bank data approval, so some people may not feel comfortable inputting their bank data. I know if I were to do it and I have Wells Fargo, they would actually have you sign into Wells Fargo on their portal, and you could select like what account. Let's say you want to select your checking account, and they'll pull data just to make sure you don't have any overdrafts, any fees, like absurd fees being charged to you. It just uses bank data for approval, and it's supposed to get you approved based on pretty much your income. So if you have a high income, high approval; low income, lower approval. It's targeted at beginners. The Pedal card is not a very super creative name. It's just Pedal card. Oh, and then they have different versions of the Pedal card. So after 1 year, you can upgrade. There's like the Pedal 1 or Pedal 2, and they have cash back. I think it's a 1% at the start, then after 1 year, it's a 1.5%. So there's also no annual fees and no fees as well. I personally feel like they tried copying the Apple card a little bit. The only difference is they're not using credit, they're using bank data. And then my number 4 credit card is the X1. I personally don't have this credit card because I'm not a beginner with credit, so I don't feel the need to have it. But it promises no hard pull, only a soft pull. So that if this card existed when I was trying to get credit a couple years back, this would have been great. They're supposed to give 5 times greater credit limit depending on income. Not always the case, but they prioritize your income. It's similar to how they want bank data and different things like that. There's a premium card that's actually not that difficult to get. It's supposed to be for high income people that don't have much credit. And I deal with a lot of people in my industry, and there are pretty wealthy people that they have so much money, all they have is just business credit. They don't have a need for personal credit. So this is a card that would be aimed at people in that bracket. 2 points for every dollar, and each point is worth about 1 cent per point. So 2 cents per dollar earned. That's very similar to the City Double Cash. It's very similar. It's like a 2% setup. So the Discover It cashback, I think I actually have it here, or a version of it. So I have the Discover It. I don't know if you can see it, but here it is. Discover It is an old favorite. They generally don't have high limits. The highest limit I've ever seen on Discover It is $45,000, but it's that person was using that card strictly for e-commerce. So even when he would call in and say, hey, I want to maybe check on a transaction or do a dispute, anything like that, the tellers would tell him this is the highest limit they've ever seen on the Discover It in their whole entire time of working at Discover. So it is very difficult to get these huge credit lines, but you can easily get $18,000, $20,000 if you're scaling and using it a lot. My Discover's at about, I think it's at about $3,500. I don't really use it. I'm pretty much stuck on my American Express business card, and I switch between the Chase Freedom and the City Double Cash as my day-to-day cards. One thing I like about this card, and at the time, when I was really tight on money, I did use the rotating categories. So what I was doing was I was manufacturer spending where I was able to, just to get the cash back. It's 5% cash back up to $1,500, so $75. So for grocery stores, I was able to MS at manufacturer spend at grocery stores to make sure I'm capitalizing on the opportunity and get that money. So this is not like the Capital Platinum. It comes in 25 different colors, and I thought it was very absurd because I've never done it since. When I applied for the Discover It, it gives you like a panel of things you can do as far as how you want the card to look. I'm very basic, so I just got it in the basic color gray that I think it's advertised in. So it comes with a lot of different colors, and that's something that people like. And a new card is the Chase Freedom Flex. I only have the Chase Freedom Unlimited right now. I don't have any other Chase cards. My 524, I think I got another year until I can apply for a Chase card. Granted, I don't apply for any other credit cards because I'm constantly applying to get new credit cards. Hence why I have a book here. I bought this book on Amazon for I think $12. I just typed in credit card book and something like this came up. I'm able to hold a lot of different cards. And I just don't have credit cards in here. I have a couple debit cards. Some of the car rental companies, they issue a card with your number on it, so I have that card in here as well. I probably have about 18 or 19 credit cards in here, but there's probably about 25 cards total for me. So another card that's a beginner card, it's easy to get, is the Chase Freedom Flex. And just a side note, you can also apply for student cards. The Deserve, look up the Deserve college credit card. That's a very easy card to get. Not on my list for 6 beginner cards because you'd have to be a student. But the Chase Freedom Flex, 1 year before you apply for a Chase card, you can apply for this card to build your reputation with Chase. So the way, let's just say you apply for a Chase Freedom Flex and you get denied, but you have a Chase account. Let's say you have bank data they can draw from, you have income flowing into your Chase account, and pretty much any Chase card that you want to get and you get denied for applying online, you can go into the bank, talk to a personal banker, and if he deems you fit by looking at your bank transactions, kind of researching you, talking to you, looking at the data, he can write a letter of recommendation to the credit card section of Chase and get you approved, or petition or recommend that they approve you. So this is a 5% rotating cashback card as well. And I didn't do a good job of explaining the 5% cashback rotating category. So with the Discover and this Chase Freedom Flex, let's just say from months January to March, groceries is that category up to $1,500. So if you're doing your monthly grocery shopping and it's under $1,500, they'll reward you 5% cash back on all those purchases at the end of the statement period. So it usually goes like groceries, it can go like electronics, and then they might have like, if you're making payments via PayPal or Amazon, they'll give you 5% cash back. I remember I helped my wife buy a camera, and we utilized, we're gonna get $75 back anyway, so we can factor that into how much we're actually paying. And then I ended up using that cash back and paying off the card, $75, I put it right back on the card. So it's categories that they pick. Like I said, it can be groceries for like 3 months, and it goes quarterly. So there's only 4 categories out the year. So it'll be groceries, Amazon, and other categories that they choose. They don't really switch it up, but sometimes they do. So this card is subject to the 524 rule. If you don't know that, the 524 rule means if you have 5 credit cards in the past 24 months, Chase will not approve you for another one of their credit cards. So that's why I only have one Chase credit card, because when I applied to the Chase Freedom Unlimited, I applied for it first when I did my first round of applications about 3.5 years ago. And I applied for like 18 credit cards, got 28 hard inquiries on just Experian, and I had a lot of them on other bureaus as well. And I am unable to get a Chase card to this day because I keep applying to credit cards and getting approved for them. So they want you to have less than 5 credit cards opened in the past 24 months. So this does not apply to you getting a home loan or you getting a car loan. There are ways around this, but I'm not going to share them right now because it might kill the method of being able to get new cards and stuff. But you can message me on Instagram and we can talk about it. I may or may not tell you that. So there's always ways around everything. When a rule exists, there's someone you can talk to break it or mend or get around certain things. But the 524 rule means, again, if you have 5 credit cards open, not just Chase credit cards, it can be any credit card, 5 credit cards open in the past 24 months, they will not approve you for another card until you're under that 524. So if you're like a 4 cards opened in the past 24 months, then you'll be fine. So I hope you enjoyed this video. This was a fun one for me to make. I love talking about credit cards specifically and their perks. So the 6 best credit cards for beginners, this is my 2020 edition. I'm just gonna say them real quick. The Capital One Platinum card, the Apple credit card, the Pedal card, the X1 credit card, the Discover It Cashback, and the Chase Freedom Flex. And my honorable mentions were the Citi Double Cash, the Citi AA Advantage, and the Citi, I'm gonna look it up just to be clear, the Citi Rewards Plus, not Platinum. So thank you, I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you subscribe, like this video, and keep watching my channel.